Well, we are talking about the ongoing measles outbreak based in West Texas, as we have learned the heartbreaking news that a second child died from measles-related illness there. And now there's the question, can the shingles vaccine help prevent memory loss? So we've got a lot to unpack here. And we've got WWL Louisiana Chief Medical Correspondent Dr. Hebert looking at a couple different headlines for us this morning. Let's start with measles.
Yeah, okay. So the measles thing we know is taking off, and I think it's become a lot more aggressive in the way that we're covering this because a second child has died. We've had one adult and 2 children in Texas. Texas is very close to us, folks, and we have to vaccinate our children. Now, the bigger issue right now is the almost political thing, because we know that Kennedy has really been a person that has been an anti-vaxxer for a while, but has kind of monitored his tone about this. But yesterday he said something that kind of shook the vaccine world, because he said, quoted, "The most effective way to prevent the spread of measles is the measles, mumps, rubella vaccine." Now, this is the first time he's gone on record to say this in an extremely long time, and very antithetical to some of the things that he said in the last 15 or 20 years. So with that being said, folks, here in New Orleans, here in Louisiana, you must get your child vaccinated for measles, mumps, rubella, because everybody talks a whole bunch of crap about vaccines until your child gets sick or your child dies. The science is there, so we need to do this, because if we get a measles outbreak in this city right before French Quarter Fest, I'm telling you, this is going to be bad. So please get your children vaccinated. On that same vaccine tip, right now we have a study that has been published in the journal Nature from doctors out of Stanford that says if you have the shingles vaccine, all right, you get that vaccine when you're 50 years of age and older. If you get the shingles vaccine, then you can decrease your risk of dementia by 20%. And if you are a woman, that goes even a little bit higher. So what we need to remember, okay, is that if you actually are trying to do everything that you can to decrease dementia, you're working out, you're not eating toxins, you are trying to work on your diet, all these types of things, if you are over the age of 50 or 50 years of age, and you are going to your doctor in the next couple of weeks, please get your shingles vaccine. Not to mention, if you've ever had shingles, it's painful, extremely painful, and you have to kind of sit out of work. It is disfiguring. So please make sure you get your shingles vaccine, 50 years of age. And then the last thing I want to kind of mention here is that I've had a little bit of an increase in the amount of people coming to me with cystic acne. That's when you have very, very bad acne that can cause scarring, and they're asking me for Accutane prescriptions. Now, a lot of people remember Accutane came out in the 60s. It was by this company called La Roche, and it caused a lot of side effects, folks. I mean, there was all over the place, suicidal ideations, suicidal attempts, and actually suicide, not just ideation and attempts. Also, liver function issues, and one of the biggest things that we follow now is that it is an extreme teratogen, meaning if you take this medicine for cystic acne right before you get pregnant or during pregnancy, it will cause birth defects. If you have to get this medicine, we know a lot of people have to take it because it really works for cystic acne, but you have to remember that you must get your labs drawn. You should be seen by a dermatologist. You should make sure that you are not pregnant. You should make sure that you don't plan on getting pregnant. As a matter of fact, it's part of the program when you get diagnosed that you must be on 2 types of birth control, and you have to follow up very clearly and closely with your doctor. So please, as teenagers are asking me about this, do not let your child get on this medication unless they are followed appropriately. And this young man from the Ethiopian restaurant, he mentioned paprika. People don't realize that paprika is ground red peppers. That's all it is, and it tastes good. So he mentioned it. I use it, and it's good for you. All right, it's got a lot of stuff in it that's good for you. So I'm just throwing
get your health headlines and get your culinary headlines.
Culinary headlines, whatever it takes. But get your vaccines, folks.
All right, thanks, Dr. Hebert.